My name is Hellen Nakaungu. I'm the head systems and software at RENU. And my role here, I work with a very incredible team to build, design, and maintain services. Also internally, we support the Secretariat with technical support. What I vividly remember walking into RENU, by then RENU was at House 31. I was excited to start with, but also anxious. Then my role, if I recall very well, I was supporting, I was in NOC, basically supporting end users, receiving calls here and there, then also monitoring the infrastructure to make sure that everything works as it's supposed to work. Early days, as I said, we were in the cottage, in the Makere office. It was quiet, small. I may say it was experimental, hands-on, like everything could do. Now I see, of course, we've grown in numbers, then we've shifted to Kololo. Yeah, there is a huge difference. Over the past decade, I think I've had several highlights, but I have at least two that stands out. And one is the Metro Eduroam. And I remember during the early days of COVID when we decided to roll out Eduroam in the metropolitan areas. We had tested the concept, but it wasn't working out, if I may say. But one day, I remember calling upon my colleague so that we could move. We were supported by C Squared by then as an external service provider for the open Wi-Fi. So I called him up and I was like, today we have to make it happen. So we shifted from our homes, we were working remotely, and moved to the C Squared office just to make this service work. And I remember that day we left knowing that this thing is going to work. What makes RENU special? It's basically the teamwork, or I may say the people at RENU, the colleagues. We have this thing of working together, collaborate together. We push for innovation, we do things, we try out things new and stuff like that. So I can say that makes it special. I'll take you back to the days when we were setting up the infrastructure, in our early days. I remember the CTO then used to bring us KFC during the night works, and we could sit with our Fantas and Cokes while taking our KFC. It was really, really nice. You know, working overnight and, you know, someone drops in and checks in with food. I think it was something good. Another one is, I think during our trip to Pakuba, it was some sort of team building activity. I remember colleagues showing us talent, several talents. We had rappers on the bus, dancers, and stuff like that. You know, such light moments are crucial in a workplace. So I think they are still on my head. I can't forget about them. Being here for 10 years as professional shaped me in a way. I've seen myself grow, first of all, but I've also, over the time, become resilient. I won't say thick skin, but almost nothing can shake me. Like, I go for things. But also, I've become a strategic thinker over the years, but I think it's part of growth. Yeah. And maybe personally, the confidence. Before I was a bit shy. I'm still shy, but it was more before. One major contribution that I'm proud of course I have many, but let me focus on one or two. First, when I joined RENU, the system side of things wasn't in place. As I mentioned, I joined and I was monitoring the network. You know what that means. And at the time, we had the DNS server, but it wasn't in our infrastructure, actually. It was run from UCU. I think a technical team from UCU was supporting it. In short, it was starting from zero. So things that people are seeing today, the cloud, the federation, the services that people are benefiting from RENU, EduRoam, and the rest, those are the things I count on, and I be like, yes, at least we've moved. When I think about the future of RENU, what excites me most is seeing RENU's services scaling, moving from maybe the basic services, now pushing to new technologies, seeing RENU Mission Board, and the rest that are still in the kitchen coming. I think I'm excited to see that come to life. If I had a word to say to beloved graduate trainees, I could say that the learning curve at RENU is steep, but the growth itself is extraordinary. So stay open, hungry, and committed. Then to my colleagues at RENU, especially those that we've walked this journey together, thank you so much for everything, the arguments, the discussions here and there, the pull-ups here and there. I think I wouldn't have done it alone. You've been also part of this. So I just want to say thank you. And let's continue pushing.